Okay, now we're going to begin talking about how to actually solve equations. So before we learn how to solve, let's kind of quickly review. We've already talked about what it means for something to be a solution to an equation. Well, if something is a solution, then what does that mean? That means that it's the answer to the equation. In other words, it's whatever you could replace the variable with, and it would make the sentence true. So for instance, here we have a problem that says, is 6 a solution of x minus 8 equals negative 2? Well, if we were going to find out if 6 is in fact a solution, then we would replace the x with a 6 and see if our sentence is true. So on the left side of the equal sign, I would have 6 minus 8, which would be a negative 2, and that is in fact equal to negative 2. So yes, the number 6 in place of the variable makes this a true statement. Therefore, it's a solution. Okay, we're going to now actually be finding those solutions as we go through here. But before we do that, I want us to kind of, again, do a little bit more review. Let's just talk about addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division, how they work. Here we have a simple statement that we know is true. We know that 2 plus 3 equals 5. But how would you check that? I mean, how would you go backwards from that? Would it be fair to say that 5 minus 3 equals 2? Or we could also say that 5 minus 2 equals 3, right? I'm talking about the relationship between addition and subtraction. Addition is like a forward operation, whereas subtraction is like a backwards operation. Well, I want us to look at this equation again here. 2 plus 3 equals 5. Is there some way that I could do something to this to make it look more like this? Well, what if I did the opposite of adding 3? The opposite of adding 3 would be to subtract 3, right? If I was looking just here on the left-hand side of this, a plus 3 minus 3, that's 0. Well, what if I were to subtract 3 from the other side also? Look what I have now. I have on the left-hand side of the equal sign a 2, and then plus 3 minus 3 is 0, so that's nothing, equals, over here I have 5 minus 3. Isn't that the exact same thing that we just talked about? Absolutely. And then again, if I were to start out with 2 plus 3 equals 5, well, how could I make it look like this? Well, what if I were to subtract 2? The opposite of plus 2 is minus 2. Well, let me just do that to both sides there. 2 minus 2 is nothing. So over here I have 3 equals 5 minus 2. And we just said that that was the way we would check the 2 plus 3 equals 5. It's the way that addition and subtraction are related that allows us to be able to do this. Okay, really quickly, let's talk about multiplication. What is the opposite of multiplying? Well, that would be to divide. So if I had 5 times 3 equals 15, let's kind of go with the same idea we just talked about. What would be the opposite of multiplying by 3? Well, that would be to divide by 3, right? Okay, so now look at my equation. Over here on the left, I have 5 times 3 divided by 3, that's a 1. 3 divided by 3 is just 1, so we're really just multiplying by 1. That's a 5. Equals 15 divided by 3. Is that going backwards from this? Absolutely it is. Think about how those things are related, and we're going to use this idea to help us to solve equations. We'll go over that in the next video.